Hi, this is Carl Shallahorn, and this is the Hope Shot. It was on this day, on Friday, February 13th, 1981, that I had a major psychotic episode, the first ever in my life. I was 18 years old, a freshman in college, hundreds of miles away from home. And it was an experience I never, ever will want to have again. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Terrified, I was having delusions, hallucinations, paranoia, all wrapped into one package of just plain misery. And looking back on those days, I just recall how hard it was to try to come back from that. It took many, many years to bounce back, as the saying goes, through counseling, therapy, medication, all of that. But I will say, and I must emphasize, that with the help of many people, my family, my friends, my supports, therapists, doctors, I have been able to come back and have a life that I never dreamed was possible. I guess that's why I call this blog The Hope Shot. So I'm just here to tell you that no matter how bad it gets, no matter how desperate things may seem, no matter how much you feel that your life is not worth it, please trust me that you can overcome whatever you're facing. When I look back on those days, I was alone. I was lonely for many years. I was afraid. I just didn't know where my life was going. I didn't know if I would have a life. I had many hospitalizations. I had all kinds of different treatments, you name it. And eventually, I was able to get into recovery in a way that I learned so much about myself. And, since then, I've been very fortunate to be able to come back and, as I said before, live a life beyond my wildest dreams. So if you find yourself alone, there are places where you can get help. There are resources in your community, and if they're not in your community, they're available online. There are a lot of great groups on Facebook and other forums. I also blog for BP Magazine, which is a great resource for those with bipolar disorder. Esperanza is the magazine for those living with anxiety and depression. I belong to a Facebook group called Bring Change to Mind, another great group of people. So a lot of great resources where you can get help if you need it. So don't feel you have to go it alone. And certainly if you feel like you're in a place where you want to take your life, please, please, please call the National Suicide Lifeline. The number is 1-800-273-TALK. That number again is 1-800-273-8255. There are people who want to help. There are people who are willing to talk to you and get you to a place where you feel a sense of hope. And that's where it begins, folks. You have to have hope. You have to have a sense that life does go on. And as I said before, I was so down. I was so beaten, and I was so basically messed up that I really had to fight hard. I had to work hard, but it's been a blessing. So there's a song that I'll leave you with called This Is the Day by an English group called The, led by Matt Johnson. And the song is wonderful. I'm going to put some of the lyrics actually in the body of this text or this video when you see it online. So, but the line that I love that says, many of your friends and family think you're lucky, but the side of you they'll never see is when you're left alone with the memories that hold your life together like glue. And I think about all the things I've been through over these years and all of the difficulty and pain that I experienced, that those memories have held my life together like glue. And those are the things that I will always hold on to. I never want to go through these experiences again, the pain, the agony. But then again, I'm so glad I did because it made me the person who I am today. So you can rise above. You can overcome whatever obstacles are facing your way. Believe, because I believe in you. This is the Hope Shot. My name is Carl Shallahorn. Be well.